One of the first questions we always get around eye contact is, how can we make it feel more natural? It feels so weird for me to have to look into the lens. It feels so disconnecting. I want to look at the faces on the screen. There's a difference between the eye contact technique we use when we are actively speaking versus the eye contact technique that we use when we're listening. When you are the speaker, when you have a message that needs to land with the most impact with your audience, look into the lens. And that's keeping in mind that we're blinking, that we are using our normal and natural eye contact cadence, but the lens is our anchor. That's where we want to be looking 80 to 90% of the time we're speaking. When we're listening, we can go ahead and look at our audience if that's available to us. We can use the faces of our audience and the way that they're interacting with us to help build a feeling of connection. Technically, they should be looking into the lens when they're speaking. Now, this all goes also with a caveat that this space is evolving very quickly from a tech perspective. And soon there may be a computer or a device where the lens itself is placed within the screen. And so you can look at the screen and you'll be looking at your audience at the same time. But until then, we do encourage a practice of looking at the lens when you're speaking and then displaying active listening cues when you are listening. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to look into the lens, because then their message may not be landing with you, but instead you can nod every once in a while to signify that you're following along. You can tilt your head to signify that you're considering what they're saying. And all of those things can be picked up, even if you're looking at the lens, through your periphery, through the peripheral vision. So there are ways and tips and tools that we can, tricks, if you will, that we can employ in order to amplify that feeling of connection while using the benefit of direct eye contact by looking into the lens. And those are some things that we practice and that we input into our scoring here at Virtual Sapiens.